Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Hearthstone 4 Kaiserreich as Greece. Let us continue on from where we last left off. So, we have joined up with the Russians after the fall of Bulgaria because Serbia did not want to be in the Belgrade Pact anymore. And overall, I would say that still worked out pretty well for us. I mean, having Russia on our side is significantly better than just having Romania and Serbia, which I wouldn't be even 100% confident that they would actually help us out. So anyways, it did look like Russia took over this region here. Probably like give that to Russia and we'll give the rest to Turkestan. Okay, maybe Russia took that as well. There you go. We'll end our turn here. I'm sure Russia's going to immediately just declare war on Turkestan. I wouldn't be too surprised by that outcome. They cancel the Lend-Lease, but that's fine. The Syndicalist rally. Absolutely, we cannot allow the Syndicalist to be here. I feel like they would jeopardize our alliance with the Russians. We just want good old-fashioned democracy. And not the Syndicalist, and not the Monarchist. Legacy of Alexander, what do you do for us again? I mean, attacking core not that great. To be completely honest. What do? You are 100 political power, which is eh. You remove national spirit memories of the king, which is a negative 10% stability. So you're just a plus 10% stability, as well as a modifier. There's a monarchist riot. Rioting is broken out in Athens after fears of monarchist supporters that they will lose the upcoming referendum. Well, you know, keep it contained, but, you know, just leniently. We've kind of been crushing their dreams a little bit, so we don't want the government to be couped. All we want. We can't empower the throne for obvious reasons, because they've not won the referendum. So we can power parliament. So your political power gain is meh. Stability plus 5% is significantly better. And your political power, so that's 10% stability. I mean, honestly, it's still like it's not that great. Like this isn't very good. Even then, like you are not that great either. Monarchists have an advantage. The sentiment within Greece has led up to referendum appears to be favoring the monarchist. Some are suggesting that if the government were to intervene and rig the referendum, now would be the time to begin. The more popular the monarchist becomes, the less likely the rigging would be successful. They kept secret. But advisors say that the alternative is that the monarchists might win. In favor of the Republic, it has a chance of being exposed. That's in favor of the monarchy, in favor of the republic, or do nothing. Let's rig it in favor of the republic. Nothing bad could ever happen in a rig election. We did get the computing machines. That's a little bit extra research speed. Let's at least go for construction 3 now. We only have 4 factories right now being used, which is not fantastic. Like, it would be nice. Breadbasket in the Mediterranean as a 10% factory. Like, that's, like, pretty decent political power. Kinda sucks to lose, but we get 100 here. And then 2 more factories. Not too bad. Or we do motivate the army, which is 5% war support. We're at 79%. Sorry, that's still pretty good. A little bit more recovery rate. Russia declare war on Turkestan. Nobody is surprised by that. And do you actually allow us just to declare war, or do you only give us a claim? Because that's a very different question, I would say. What do we want to research? You know what? Let's just go for Excavation 2. Just a bunch of industrial techs. Seems like an okay time to start that. Voting has begun. Today throughout Greece, voting has begun on the referendum to determine the future of the Fourth Republic. It's all but guaranteed. I mean, that seems pretty good for us. Let's motivate the army. And hopefully nothing gets exposed. Because if it does, that might be a problem. Sichuan clique is going to war on the Qing Empire. I'm pretty sure the Qing are having a pretty bad time at the moment. Are you in a faction, Sichuan clique? No. It's you in the south who is in a faction. Understandable. The Ottomans are... Okay, Republicans have won. Lovely, lovely, lovely. It did cost us some political power to do so, but... You know, it is what it is. And I think right now we're just going to keep just building more rifles. I'm actually not going to import more resources. I honestly don't care too much about being suspected. The Metascu, which I'm assuming that this is Mextac. I would have to imagine this. It's definitely not the old order. No evidence is discovered. We're all good. The left unites. Responsible Republican-controlled Greece parties across the left have a specta. Yada, 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 yada. Who cares what they have to think? 5% stability. I don't think they can really win. Even right now, what? That is 12% support. Even the you know, social liberals are more popular. We're more popular. The conservatives are more popular. We should be fine. I think. I'm like 50% sure that we should be fine. And I'm not even too sure if going syndicalist actually kicks you out of the Russian faction. I would imagine it does. But I don't know for sure. Going to Academy of Sciences, I don't know what that does, but you know what? Let's do it. Yeah, and of course we can't do any of this stuff. And we wouldn't be able to join you anyways, right? No, because we did nationalize the German industry. And we can't do any of this stuff, so we can just ignore it. Is there a chance that Russia goes to war with the Germans and then we're completely dragged along, having to invade southern Austria? The answer to the question is absolutely, that's possible. Do we know what they did here? They couldn't embrace pluralism. Okay, so they're going to embrace pluralism, which probably is going to unify all this under one country. Which could potentially be an issue. Yeah, but the fall of New Orleans, the CSA probably is actually going to have the peace event with the PSA. That's kind of typically what I've seen happening. Normally these two actually do not fight. I mean, they eventually end up fighting, but not all have to be, not actually during the war. There's usually a war, the Rocky Mountain peace deal, and then they go to war like a year later-ish. Brazil has joined up with the Reichspakt. That's all fine and good. Yeah, so the Ottoman Empire, I believe you have now officially lost. Which means that you are, unfortunately, unfortunately not at war with those guys anymore, which means you're going to be able to put all your troops on our border. Which is a problem for sure. But I'm sure we'll be okay. Especially it does look like they lost like half of their army in the war as well. We still have Romania, we still have Serbia. Will they help us out? I hope so. Reconciliation with Bulgaria. Yeah, sure, but we can have some reconciliation with Bulgaria. If they want to join the Belgrade Pact with us, or not the Belgrade Pact, the Russian alliance, help me invade Turkey, I won't say no to that. Does Turkey, or does Bulgaria even have any claims in this area? I mean, if they do, we're not going to give them anything, obviously. Once it's done, motivate the army, we'll get the question, and then we're going to focus on getting this stuff done. After that, I guess just... we want superior firepower, right? Yeah. So, probably getting superior firepower, getting the free marine, artillery, and then the bonus infantry weapons and support technology. And that's it. I guess Legacy of Alexander is an okay way for us to go. At least that makes the most amount of sense to me. We're still a handful of months away from the Second Weltkrieg. Switzerland is sending somebody on a diplomatic mission. They did lose Geneva. I'm surprised they're being as diplomatic as they could. So far in Italy, doesn't look like too much has happened. And in fact, like, Germany's actually not doing a fantastic... We're not at peace. God damn it. Well, you know what? If we're not at peace, then we might as well get a negative 10% breadbasket in the Mediterranean. I should have realized that we might have faced some problem there. I mean, I could just justify a war automatically, which again we probably need to do once we actually have the claims anyways. Okay, I don't think we really care who wins in the Spanish Civil War. And yeah, I'm surprised Ukraine's holding out as well as they are. 178,000. They've actually lost more men, surprisingly enough. And Canada has now invaded the CSA. See, every campaign so far that I've seen, that's been bad news for Canada. Except, of course, for the campaign where we were Canada. It worked out pretty well for us then. But I think Canada's probably going to lose this war. CSA is probably going to annex New England and then beat back the PSA and the American Union State. I think as soon as they take Miami, this war here should be over. I mean, they're not listed in here at all. No, that's just against the Entente. Where is... Yeah, they're at 40% right now. Apparently Puerto Rico's at war with a bunch of people as well. They're actually at war with every single faction here. So that's interesting. Wait, Romania is just no longer in the faction, huh? I'm guessing it kicks them out. Okay, Romanian Civil War. I mean, if you're not going to be a part of the faction anymore, Romania, I guess I don't really care who wins that. In fact, I don't even know if Serbia can actually intervene. Normally they can. Okay, who's in this united front? Maklik, who's extremely small. I don't think it's really going to matter too much, though. These guys are probably very much dead. And I guess I hope that if the Iron Guard here wins, that they join back up the Russian alliance. We probably would like them for a war against the Austrians, because I wouldn't be surprised if we do not end up at war with them. Seeing as you're 1941, but a little bit too ahead of time. Seeing as Russia is probably going to invade Germany at some point. Okay. Ottomans have a lot of men on this border. which is kind of a problem. We probably actually want to wait then until Russia has annexed the entirety of the Caucasus and then try to declare war on Turkey. Just so they're at least fighting a two-front war. And if they're fighting a two-front war, absolutely no questions asked, we will win that one. Just a one-front war around Constantinople and Thrace. A little bit more difficult to actually push through, because I can't imagine we're going to be able to really push our way into the country. They will not be able to push into us. So it's just going to be a stalemate until Russia can do something. I mean, you guys like us. People are joining the Zeely clique. Okay, there's a lot of stuff going on in China right now. Not that I think we really care at all about it. Okay, Turkestan. Or more should I say Russia, if you can just actually finish your war a little bit faster so you can start moving into this region, that would be nice. And if you could finish it before you finish this, finish in 18 days. So that you can focus on going into the Caucasus next. Assuming you didn't actually choose to do that already. That is my country, which is not Russia. No, they haven't done into the Caucasus quite yet. They did do Realpolitik, which I'm assuming is how we got into the alliance to begin with. I think the Kino Romania, 6 out of 25, 8 out of 35. They're probably going to end up losing here. And like, we could send up volunteers, but I don't know if that actually helps us too much. Making advanced machine tools done. Synthetic oil? I know our oil probably is not that great. We also don't have... Wait, no, did that, No, you give us a bonus to the transport. You don't actually just give us the tech for free. So next research slot is not bad. We need this as well, right? We need new enterprises. Or we can get agrarian socialism. Like, you're not that great. 5% stability is eh. The political power is okay. Just like this, political power is not that great. Research is probably going to help us out a little bit more. Okay, so now we're at 20%. Negative 10% is good. German sanctions should be in May. So we're still a few months away from getting rid of those. But they will be expiring sooner rather than later, which is nice for us. Okay, Russia. You've almost done this. You're so close. How many troops does Don Kubin have? 5 to 23 is not a lot. They got actually a lot of factories here, huh? And I'm assuming I cannot... I mean, they are backed by the Germans. So a war with them could happen pretty quickly. And Ukraine actually looks like they're actually pushing them back a little bit. Again, the more they kind of spend killing each other here, the better it is for us. On both counts. There's a chance we'll probably end up at war with the International anyway, from Russia probably invading Ukraine. We shall see. 70. Yeah, that is good for now. I think we just want to be building up as much military as we can. Because we'll soon be hitting... Like, we might not even need to go into war economy. I mean, it is actually a 10% factory speed increase. As well as using more oil, or getting more oil for ourselves, which is also nice. Because right now, apparently, we even just having a handful of planes in the sky, which I could just ground. Turkestan is dead. To the surprise of nobody. I mean, it took them longer than I would have liked. There you go, Russia. Some nice territory for you to have. So if you could just... We're still gonna wait for you to finish the Kremlin project here, which is gonna take another 55 days. And only after you've done that can we actually go into the Caucasus. So we're probably looking like a 1940. If anything, you know what? We might actually be looking at a post-Second Weltkrieg invasion of Turkey at this point. That's entirely possible, because we have to be at peace the whole time. I mean, we could theoretically just... Russia can invade the Caucasus. Works out for us. They join up with the Second Weltkrieg, and then we just do not join that war and invade Turkey. And had the Russians support us from the south, from the north, like over here. That could theoretically work. Like, these are all... Austria's declared war on Romania. I'm not even too sure why they've done that. Oh no, you can't. Like, they can intervene, can't they? Yeah, they can do an intervention. I think that's only bad for us. Austria having access to all that oil probably is against our interest. What do we want to research? 267 days is quite a while. Let's just go for like another cheap naval tech. Because, you know, we do have 42 ships at this point. Not an insignificant number. Okay, the Ottomans are training troops on our border. Like, we're pretty good. None of our troops are green, which is always an issue. Yeah, but Romania cannot fight this massive war. Yeah, like, Romania's dead. I thought against the Kingdom of Romania, they had a chance, but they have no chance. Not even a small one. You're putting all your troops against the Chinese border. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that choice there. How many troops do you actually have, Russia? Not even 100 divisions, huh? I think that's actually, like, pretty bad for us, all things considered. We need a little bit more steel. What does our subject actually have in it? A little bit of aluminum and a little bit of chromium, but not enough to actually benefit us at all. Bit of a shame. But we are, you know, slowly building up our army. We're 50% larger than at the end of the Belgrade War. I guess the end of the Belgrade Pact War. One more division here. How many troops are on that side? I mean, 16 to 13, like, we do have them outnumbered. But they are across the river and in forts. Typically not the best point of attack. Typically. I think that'll be okay for now. Save up some manpower. Let's go for one level of excavation. Things here are looking fine. And I think this is going to be a good time for us to end this episode. So thanks everybody for watching. My name is Anthem. If you enjoyed, give me a thumbs up. If not enjoy, you can always thumb down. If you want to see more, subscribe. And goodbye.